Yeah, I invited you out because I wanted to go out. That doesn't mean I have to pay.
No, this was your idea.
I'm the woman, I shouldn't have to pay.
You separated. I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate checks. Dave, I'm sorry, you're the only man at the table. Why are we doing separate checks?
But this was your idea to come out. You're the one that invited me out.
And you're the man, so you have to pay the bill.
The expectation when it comes to who pays on the first date is going to another level. Some women claim that whoever asks should pay, which is understandable, even though we are the ones asking them on the date 99% of the time. But the interesting part is that even when a woman asks a guy out, she still expects him to pay for both of them. This is the case of a woman who got mad because the guys she asked out refused to pay the whole bill. Let's have a look at it.
All right, so let me get this straight. You invited me out to come to eat. And that was not even my idea. That was your idea, right?
So she invited him to go out to eat. Now let's continue.
Okay, and the problem is?
And I'm offering to pay half, and you want me to pay the whole thing.
So who should pay?
I'm the woman, I shouldn't have to pay anything.
Anything?
Yeah, I invited you out because I wanted to go out. That doesn't mean I have to pay.
She is lucky, but doesn't know it. Because I know for sure that other guys wouldn't be nice enough to the point of offering to pay half of that bill, taking into consideration that she was the one who invited him out. He didn't have to do that, but somehow she thinks that he should pay the whole bill. Other men would literally get up and leave the restaurant, and she would be left with the entire bill to pay, but instead of recognizing his generosity, she is trying to push him further into paying the whole thing.
But does it though?
No, this was your idea. Actually, I don't even have to be a gentleman to pay half of it.
I'm in agreement. I think he's being quite the gentleman offering to pay half. But then there's this.
Because you're gonna pay it all.
But this was your idea to come out. You're the one that invited me out.
And you're the man, so you have to pay the bill.
Says who?
That's a very good question. Says who?
Says me. What do you mean?
In what book is that written in?
It doesn't have to be written. That's just a rule.
And here I thought it was a rule somewhere too that someone who does the inviting actually does the paying.
The best part of this video is when she said this.
Yeah, I invited you out because I wanted to go out. That doesn't mean I have to pay. I'm the woman, I shouldn't have to pay.
This is the part where they reset their memory and want to bring I am a woman card to the table. But this will no longer fly over here. This is 2024, and we no longer play that game. We are all equal. Therefore, you don't get a free pass on this one. The same way a guy should pay when he invites a woman out, you should do the same because you invited him out. But I like her confidence and entitlement. She seems firm that this is a man's duty to pay for her. But the way she said, I invited you but doesn't mean that I have to pay, shows that it probably was the plan to get a free meal. And this is another reason some guys would do a coffee date at the best. In 2024, men are no longer willing to offer free meals. They will have to find another strategy if free dinner is their goal. But I have another question. Where did they go on the first date? What did they eat? That was a good amount for a first date. Guys, do a coffee date max or just a walk in the park. Do not spend money with people you don't know. You don't need to spend money when a woman likes you. Let's check some comments. That invitation was a Trojan horse for a free meal, nothing more. That is a good possibility, and this is something most guys are becoming aware of. We are no longer willing to provide free food to anyone. Honey, you invited him. You should at least pay half if not all of the bill. Women are killing it for the good men and making it harder for good women to find a good man. This is the point she is missing. This type of behavior will make the game harder for other people who genuinely want to meet each other. She believes being a woman automatically entitles her to a free meal. Let's read another one. Who spends $320 on a meal with someone they don't even know? That is a great question. There is no need to spend that much when meeting someone. Let's have a look at the last one. He is being kind, offering to pay half. I would excuse myself to the bathroom and leave her there. The way she sounds entitled is already a no for me. I also agree with that, and she should be thankful that he is kind enough to offer to pay half of it, but her entitlement is telling her that he must pay the whole bill. I know that other guys would just leave the table. Now let's see what the girls think regarding who should pay on the first date.
Who should pay for the first date? Kiko.
Whoever asks.
I'm pretty sure you said you. Well, do you ever ask guys out on dates? That's a no.
No.
Okay, have you ever asked a guy out on a date?
No, but like even the relationship I'm in wasn't the first date, but I've paid for dates already.
But he paid for the first. Okay.
The first one, yeah.
Who should pay for the first date?
Yeah, whoever asks, I guess.
Okay.
The guy.
The guy should pay? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? A little closer to the mics, guys.
If I ask somebody on a date, I'll typically pay for it, and if another person asks me to go on a date with them, I'll expect them to pay for it.
Okay, so whoever asks. What about you two? Who should pay on the first date?
The guy.
Yeah, the guy. I mean, like, I'm not gonna ask someone out on a date, so I'm not gonna pay.
I think the guy.
Okay.
And definitely the man.
Okay.
Most modern women want men who display traditional values, but on the other side, the majority of them are not willing to give the same in return. This is where it becomes a bit challenging. And this is also when they want to ignore equality, but they shouldn't do that because this is 2024, and we are all equal. So there is no reason a man should always be expected to pay on the first date. Why are we expected to be the ones paying on the first date, taking into consideration that we are all the same? Also, I like when some of them said that whoever asks should pay. They are talking as if they ever asked a man on a date. We are the ones asking 99% of the time. In other words, they are saying that they are not planning to pay at all. Let's check some comments. When I was at university, I found out that women would go for a dinner date in order to get a free meal. Therefore, I never bought a meal for a date. I would eat with my roommates and then go on a date. Even now, a first date is a coffee date, and it is not a money issue. I just hate being used. This is the reality, and it happens more often than we think. But I'm glad that most guys are no longer falling for it, and this is why they are doing coffee dates instead. The next comment is a great strategy to filter those who have a genuine desire to meet you and those who just want to get a free meal. If you want to weed out gold diggers, don't go on expensive first dates. Either grab a coffee or do something that's ideally free so that it doesn't put the guy in that predicament. And if the girl complains, you know it's a red flag. Well said. This is the best strategy to find those who have a genuine interest in you, those who are there for the right reason. Why can't it just be a coin flip to decide who pays or splits the bill every time? It would work perfectly, but I bet most modern women wouldn't be pleased with this arrangement.
Thank you guys.
You want any dessert?
Oh, no.
I don't want any dessert.
Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate cake. Dave, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate cakes? It's all women here.
We got a
No,
check.
but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody.
You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table.
I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying for credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks,
That
bro?
was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
This video is so funny. They are lucky that he is willing to pay for the birthday girl as well, because he didn't have to do that. But the best part is when they said that he is the only man on the table, which means that he is supposed to pay for all of them. Where in the world does being a man mean that you have to pay things for every woman around you?
But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing
But you
the.
participate.
I know we ain't got shit.
I know. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday, for real. Okay, well,
It don't matter to me because I didn't have anything.
No. I didn't get
Well, but you
It's
still
Donnie's
paid.
birthday.
Wait a minute. We're not doing this.
But you
No,
came
but you
though.
sat
so
at
you
the
still-
table.
But you don't pay for a seat.
Okay, well, yes. No.
Listen,
There's
I don't
gratuity
care.
and everything on this
I don't care how y'all
Wait,
do
I
it.
didn't order gratuity. I didn't have anything. I just showed up.
Well, I'm sorry. Dave, but you always pay, like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the check?
If it's, but I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday.
This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan.
You being cheap.
Are you kidding me right now?
Did she say it's only 700?
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out
Are
so
you
much
being
for your
sick?
birthday.
Dre,
Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband.
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank you. I do have a husband.
I was surprised by the birthday's girl attitude. He was polite enough to the point he was willing to pay her part as well. But what did she do in return? She told him that it was only $700, so he should pay without complaint.
Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the rest of y'all, we got to chip in.
We're good. Y'all are so
But you
embarrassing.
can't.
Let me get
You
out
need
of
to leave.
here.
Not us splitting checks.
You need to leave.
No, I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying for anything.
No,
He's
you
the man at the
had
table.
a couple drinks.
You
know what?
That's some bullshit. I'm not paying for anything.
I'm gonna tell you tomorrow.
No, he's the man at the table. He
wait,
needs to pay.
Can you please separate the check, please?
No, because I'm saying that's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about splitting checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's really ghetto.
But I like what his wife did by having his back. This is when you know that your marriage is solid. And she said it well. If they want their bill paid, they should get a man to do it for them. Don't expect someone else's husband to pay your bill. But the overall interaction was unnecessary because he doesn't have to pay for everyone just because he is a man. We no longer doing this. He also said it himself. We no longer live like back in the day. Nowadays we are all equal, therefore there shouldn't be any difference. It includes when the bill comes as well. I don't know what most modern women like to remind us that we are the men when the bill is on the table. This is the part where they do their best to show us that they still believe in gender roles. Let's read some comments. I would never ever pay that bill. After he stood his ground, their real feelings came out. They didn't even deserve to sit at the table with that man. Those women just wanted a free dinner and got salty when he boycotted their plan. But it will serve as a lesson. For sure, they will have their wallet ready next time they go out. Let's check another one. When she said that the man at the table has to pay, he should have said, I identify as a woman. That would be the greatest strategy so far. It would eliminate all the expectations, and that way nobody would be expected to pay for the other. Let's read the last one. I'm paying for me and her, that's it. End of conversation. Well said, and rightfully so. This is all he has to do. He doesn't have to pay for anyone else. As his wife said previously, if they want to have their bill paid, get a man so he can pay for it. This is the end of our video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe.